Let's talk about the problem we're trying to solve. We want to import inventory vendor prices into Spire. Spire won't allow this if you already have vendor prices with a start date and no end date. The only easy solution in Spire is to put end dates on all the prices for that vendor and import all of them again. But what if not all of them are changing? This will lead to the appearance that prices changed on a certain date that did not really change. So what this tool does is allow you to set an expiry date for every price you're importing. So here is a typical file that you would use for importing vendor pricing. This app does not import these prices. It allows you to easily import them using Spire's regular import tool. It only uses the columns in green to expire those prices if they need it. A price needs to be expired if a price with a start date and has no end date. If a price has no start date or end date, you can import a price as long as it has a start date. I'm going to run the vendor price end date updater. First step is to configure the tool. I'm going to select a company. And this is my server. And my cheating username and password. And I'm going to choose Inspire. Now, this tool uses Postgres to update these end dates because the Spire API currently does not support a put to the endpoint. So we're good. I'm going to browse for my spreadsheet, the one we just looked at. And we're going to enter our end date. The assumption here is basically I'm going to be entering here the day before I plan to import as the start date for the new price. I'm going to validate. And here are the results of the validation. We can see that there are 4 eligible rows to be updated. This is where there was a match to an existing price on the warehouse, part number, unit of measure, and the vendor code. Some were skipped. There was no vendor pricing row for this key, so importing won't be a problem. This price already has the end date, so again, that's not a problem. This item doesn't have a start or an end. Importing a price with a start date will be allowed. And these are the invalid ones. So this one already has a start date after our end date. That's not allowed. This in the spreadsheet is missing a vendor. And these UOMs don't exist. So you might want to review those. If there's a lot of them, you can export your results. To either Excel or CSV. So now we're going to apply the updates. So the system has created a rollback file, which is for all the records that it updated, what was the end date beforehand. So we're being told here which was successful, whether any of them failed, or whether any were skipped. If at a later time you realize that that wasn't what you wanted, you can load the rollback file. And they've been rolled back. Now, you shouldn't wait too long before doing a rollback, because if something had changed in the meantime, between the import and the rollback, that could mean that the rollback is now invalid. Now those will be handled cleanly and reported on, and you can export them, but you will then be faced with having to deal with those. So validate in Spire that your pricing went the way you wanted before too long. All right, thanks. Please visit spireassists.com and subscribe to this channel.